growth in deposits as well as credit on a financial year basis up to the end of December 2013 is higher than in the corresponding period of the preceding year. If you break it down by sectors, sectoral growth of credit is higher in micro and small industry, services, retail trade, commercial real estate, personal loans and housing. So these are the sectors that are absorbing credit at a rate higher than last year. Medium industry credit growth is negative. Agriculture, wholesale trade and NBFC is satisfactory. So we've asked them to focus on sectors where growth rate is only satisfactory and focus on medium-sized industry. The biggest challenge facing public sector banks is NPAs and the asset quality. So a considerable amount of time was spent on addressing issues relating to NPAs as well as asset quality. We have looked at NPA sector-wise. NPAs are high in the large corporate sector as well as in the SSI and MSE sector. Actually, NPAs have come down in the real estate sector, and NPAs are more or less about the same level in some other sectors. One of the reasons why NPAs are high is NPAs are now system generated. No NPA can be hidden in the books. So NPAs are system generated, and therefore the NPA figures that are being reported now are more accurate than NPA figures, say, reported some years ago. Nevertheless, it's important to address the NPA issue, and we have told them to focus on recovery, and banks are focusing on recovery. We have some good performance in recovery against NPAs. For example, during the period first 9 months of the current financial year, actual recoveries are 18,933 crore rupees, and through upgradation it is 21,988 crore rupees. So they will focus on asset quality, they will focus on better credit appraisal, they will also focus on recovery. The next issue is capital. I have said on one occasion in the past that while government will provide additional capital into the banks, banks must also rely upon a part of their earnings, retain the earnings and infuse it as fresh capital. Therefore, it's important to address the issue of profitability of banks. Unless banks are profitable after they pay dividends, after they pay wages, after they pay taxes, they should be able to retain a substantial part of the profits which can be infused as capital. Now, all banks satisfy the Basel norms, but as you know, the RBI standard is 1% above the Basel norms. So we are not satisfied with meeting the Basel norms. We want to meet the RBI norm, which is 1% higher than the Basel norm. So we examined or discussed ways in which to raise additional Tier 1 capital. Some ideas were thrown up. We discussed them, and hopefully we can take them forward. And I will discuss some of these ideas when I meet with the RBI board day after tomorrow. There is some good news on the stalled projects. As you know, the CCI and the PMG mechanism have cleared nearly 297 projects with a capital outlay of 6,60,000 crore rupees. So I asked banks to give me examples where projects that were stalled when we met last or when we met last year have now revived and drawdown has begun. They have given me a number of examples. Most of them are in the power sector. So that is good news. Thanks to FSAs being signed and thanks to PPAs being concluded, it appears that the power sector has begun to move forward. A number of projects in Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra have been able to begin the drawdown of sanctioned loans. There are a couple of road projects which have started drawdown. L&T Metro in Hyderabad disbursement has started. So I've asked the DFS to compile from every bank the list of stalled projects where disbursement has started. Hopefully we can compile a list in the next few days and make it available to you. It's not enough to quote-unquote uninstall a stalled project. After you uninstall it, it has to move forward. Bank loans have to be disbursed. So we are asking them to compile the list. Each bank has been told to give us a list. For example, Canada Bank told me that of 47 identified projects, in 11 they have started disbursing. Indian Bank told me out of the same 47, in 17 they have started disbursing. So that's a good sign that stalled projects are not only being debottlenecked, but they are moving forward. Now, agricultural credit flow is satisfactory. We will achieve the target of 7 lakh crore rupees by the end of this year. And the next year, the target has been set at 8 lakh crore rupees. And they are confident they can achieve that. Education loans, of course, are very good. As I said in the budget speech, we have at the end of December 2013, 57,700 crore rupees outstanding in 25.70 lakh accounts. I can't think of any country which has such a large education loan program. Now, the rupees 2,600 crore that we wrote off for pre-31/3/2009 student borrowers, as promised in the budget, that money has been transferred to Canara Bank, the banker for the scheme. All banks have been requested to make their claims with Canara Bank, and Canara Bank has been advised to settle the claims as far as possible by the 31st of March 2014, which means the student should get the intimation that the outstanding interest as on 31/12/2003 has been written off. That intimation should reach the student in the month of April. We discussed some other issues such as mobile banking. There is some distance still between what the mobile service providers are willing to do and what the banks want them to do. Mobile banking is catching up, especially for remittances, transfers from one account to another, and payment of utility bills, and for information about a person's account. But I'm told that there is a new technology, USSD. And if the mobile service providers adopt this technology, mobile banking can be expanded very rapidly. So I've asked Secretary to call a meeting of the mobile service providers as well as the IBA to resolve this issue so that we quickly expand mobile banking. We also reviewed the action taken on the last meeting decisions. Last meeting, as you know, was held on 22nd of October 2013. We had identified 40 action points. On most of the points, action has been completed. There are still a few issues which are under discussion with the RBI. I intend to take up some of them at the board meeting of the RBI day after tomorrow. Secretary and IBA will follow it up with the RBI on the remaining issues.